So, I'm back, and it's the end of the third week, and at the end of today, I'll be 21 days clean and sober. So, no alcohol and no substance has gone into my body whatsoever. And I know I keep saying it, but this is just constantly blowing my mind. So yeah, I've just basically been keeping up with the same routine as I've been doing. Meetings pretty much every day, barring Wednesday. And yeah, I'm just absolutely buzzing with it all. As I mentioned previously, I had to go to Glasgow for work, and my intention was to do a meeting while I was up there, because of obviously last thing I want to do is be kicking around a hotel and wanting to drink, basically. So that's what I geared up to do, and yeah, there was two actually, so I just chose one. And when I got up there and finished my deliveries, I couldn't check in till 3 o'clock, and I was kind of done by 2. So I went and had a little mooch about, found where the hall was, where it was like a civic centre basically in the middle of Glasgow. So yeah, easy enough to find, loads of parking around it. So I thought, right, that's the one. So I basically got back to the hotel, checked in, booked a table, because I think the meeting was at 7:30, so obviously get there half an hour early, 7 o'clock. So I booked a table for 5:30 for something to eat. Got back to the hotel, got my head down for an hour because I was absolutely knackered. And then yeah, but then when I woke up, I kind of then started to wind myself up a bit with the whole England-Scotland thing about going to the meeting and what would it be like, and I was just silly shit coming in my head really. So I remembered a guy had said to me about a similar experience he had in Ireland. He was actually waiting at a coach station, I think, and again was white knuckling it really, and overheard some people talking about AA, and he asked them if I think this was a few years ago, to be fair, but he shared it in a meeting. So he basically went to a meeting in Ireland, so I had his number, so I rang him and just for a bit of advice really. And yeah, he just like kind of calmed me down and said, just go, it'll be exactly like our meetings, it'll be, you know, greet us on the door, tea and coffee, and then the meeting will be what the meeting was, which really helped. So that's what I did. I sort of just went along, and to be honest with you, it was probably so far one of the best experiences of my journey, because I got there was 2 blokes on the door. I'm not going to name their names. They were quite big blokes actually, and they're just like, great. Well, I sort of said, I'm here for the AA meeting, I'm travelling. Grabs hold of me, gives me a big hug, told me where it was upstairs, just keep going up the stairs, top of the stairs and room opposite. Went up there, there's a guy sat there, and there was a young lady behind the counter doing tea and coffee. So I just walked up, and she, again, was unbelievable, just like, and everybody just put me at ease straight away. So she just made me a brew, and we was chatting away about what I was doing and why I was up there, and then more and more people came in, and it was just the same. And by the end of it, I mean, the meeting was fantastic, really nice meeting, and by the end of it was like I'd been going there for 10 years. Everybody was just like really good. So I just shared a little bit at the end, and then obviously just thanked everyone for the warm welcome and stuff, and yeah, it was great. And it was just absolutely buzzing. All like driving back to the hotel, I just couldn't believe the warm feeling I had. And then I was thinking about old Ian, and would I have even got, you know, if that was a pub, I wouldn't have even left the hotel, you know what I mean? I would have just been paranoid about going into a pub even and having a drink because of the England-Scotland thing, and there I am, pretty much 2 weeks sober at that point, walking into a room full of people I didn't know, in an area I didn't know, and it just blew my, blew me away, and I blew myself away just for having the courage to do that. And that is all down to where my mindset is. We go into the meetings. So anyway, that was fantastic. And then obviously I drove back down to England the next day, and I was still full of beans, and I actually rang the guy that I spoke to about going to the meeting, and he's ended up being my sponsor, which is fantastic. So we was having a conversation, and I was just explaining, like, you know, my head's a bit all over the place with all this step work and stuff, and I was looking for a sponsor, and he had actually been in my mind anyway. And yeah, he accepted, and we then said I don't really see him until the Friday meeting, because he goes to different meetings during the week than I do, but he goes to Monday and Friday where I go. And we said, yeah, we'll just hook up on Friday. He said in the meantime buy the big book, which is Alcoholics Anonymous, which is what I did. And then we met Friday, had a bit of a chat, it was all great. We arranged that we would start our first session the following week on the Thursday, and he didn't really he said don't really do anything, we'll just start from scratch, and I'll go through it all on Thursday the following week. So yeah, so actually the whole week as a whole was pretty good, I think, because I was just on that natural high from the Scotland trip. It just set me in a great mood for the rest of the week, and work's just a totally different environment for me, because again, my anger management thing that I'm doing is easing all my anxiety that I had at work, and obviously I'm not drinking, so I'm not rushing back to drink, and it's just great. My relationship with my daughter is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm saying that like we were strangers. We weren't strangers. I was just never present when she came round, and it's just a real guilty feeling in my head. But that's just improving massively. Yeah, so we're communicating a lot better. We're actually communicating a lot more, which is good. I don't know whether that's actually just come into my head, actually, whether that's because she feels that she needs to, because she's worried about me, or it's just a fact that we are just bonding a bit better. It's probably a bit of both, really. We're probably bonding a bit better, having more coherent conversations, and yeah, probably a bit of a checking up, making sure I'm alright, but it's still nice either way. So yeah, so that's fantastic. So yeah, I'm waiting for to hit the wall, really, because like I say, everything seems to just be going okay at the moment. But I have been speaking to other people at meetings, and the fact that I am going to meetings pretty much every day is what they actually recommend anyway, and it does alter your mindset, because that's what they're there for, basically. And then the step work will give me the tools to maintain that and maintain my thought process when I get drink thoughts and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to starting the step work. That's not a 2-minute job. That could take me 2 years to, well, it could take longer than that. It all depends on me and how honest I am with it all. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be starting next week. What did I do? I can't remember what I did yesterday. Oh, yesterday I met my daughter for a coffee, which is again brilliant, because it's an extra day that I never used to have with her. And we just chatted away, and yeah, it's just I don't want. When I first started these videos, I thought they'd be full of negativity and how bad everything's going to be, but I'm in a really good place, and it's great. The girl that broke my heart, we're not bad together, and I don't think we ever will, but because I didn't send that horror message and actually sent a nice message just wishing her well and stuff, so we've kind of gone back and forward a little bit with a few nice messages, which is nice, because I really don't mean her any harm, and I mean, oh no, it's cliche in it to say I'm happy she's happy and all that lot, because ultimately I kind of wish she was still with me, but that's not to be. My journey's my journey now, and she has moved on, and hopefully she is happy, and I do wish her well. But it is still nice to have a little bit of connection with her, I guess. So as long as I don't read anything into that, which I'm not, then everything should be okay with that. Because I don't really want to fall out with people. That's kind of not really the point of what I'm doing anyway, isn't it? That's part of the issues I had with drinking and drugs, basically. So yeah, today I thought I'd just come out because we've had terrible weather recently. So I thought I'd just take advantage of this. I know it's gloomy, but this dry day, and just get out on the bike for an hour, and then yeah, just film this video, ready for putting out hopefully tomorrow. So no negative things really to report this week. As usual, I've had drink thoughts again like previous videos, but I think the more meetings I've been to and listening to people, I've got better tools to deal with them situations now. Because I have been shown a few little bits and pieces about, you know, thought turns into a compulsion, and compulsion turns into action, blah 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 blah, and then deal with it when it's just a thought in your head rather than a compulsion before it's an action. So little things like that, yeah, they just, you wouldn't think that they'd work, but they do. I know it's kind of a little battle in your own head, but that's just how it works. So yeah, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's about where we are, to be honest. Not a bad week. Actually, a fairly good week at the beginning, and then it kind of just levelled out into just a mediocre, nothing going on week, apart from going to the meetings, getting my sponsors a big positive, so that's all happy days. So yeah, we shall see what next week brings. And as I stop at these lights, I think I will end the video there and just say, yeah, the videos are getting a few views, which is nice, a couple of likes. I'm not too sure, that might be my daughter, to be fair, but yeah, like I say, I said in the first video, if anyone watches these videos and it connects and it helps, then I'm all for that. But the main thing I would say at this moment in time is, just get yourself to it. If you're worried, just get yourself to a meeting. Just get there. Because I think even when I first went to that first meeting on Tuesday, I didn't know whether I didn't have many expectations. I would have been happy if I just got to the end of the week without drinking. But one thing they do teach you in the meetings is forget what's happening at the weekend on a Monday. Just deal with 24 hours at a time, and that's what they all drum into you. Like the people you speak to, just deal with today. Forget tomorrow. Tomorrow's tomorrow, isn't it? Just stay sober for today. If you can get through today sober, then you can get through tomorrow sober. But don't worry about it. And that's kind of, again, the think pattern that you've got to stick to, and that's what I have been doing, and it does work. But anyway, I'll digress a little bit at the end of that then, because I was going to end it, but that just popped into my head, so I thought I'd share that. So yeah, so at the end of the day today, I will be 21 days clean and sober, absolutely buzzing with that, and long may it continue. And obviously the longer I go, the more tools I'm getting, coping mechanisms and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.